Hi, summer's winding down, but Channel 33 RPM is also back. I have a jam-packed episode for you today, including opening the mail. I got some VCLT to show you. I got a really cool light I'm going to unbox that the fine folks at Aukey sent me over. That and tons more coming up right now. Hi, my name is Frank. It's Friday. That means it's time to kick back, relax, and talk music. It feels like it has been a really long time since I've done a video, and it has been a long time. It's been well over a month, probably a month and a half. So thank you for tuning in. Thank you for not forgetting about me, dear 33ers. I hope you had a fantastic August. I know I did. Went on the road trip, a short road trip with the family, did things around the house, went to the lake, that sort of stuff. It was a relaxing summer, had a couple of weeks off, so that was all good. What else happened this summer? This channel passed 20,000 subscribers recently, which blows my mind. That is beyond any expectations I had when I set out and started doing these videos almost 5 years ago now. So again, thank you for tuning in. Thank you for your support. I do appreciate it, dear 33ers, but I've been rambling. Let's dive into today's video. Alright, before I get into the mail and all that kind of fun stuff, I want to talk to you quickly about some changes at this channel and some upgrades. The first thing you may or may not notice is that I may look different. I upgraded the camera that I use for these videos. Prior to now, I was using a Sony camcorder that I bought, probably 11 years ago, so it was getting quite old. So over the break, I took some of the money, most of the money I'd made from doing YouTube videos this year, and I put it towards a new camera. I'm looking at it right now. It's a Canon EOS M50, which, depending on who you ask, is either the best camera for doing YouTube videos or the worst camera. So far, I found a couple quirks with it that I'm not crazy about, but overall I'm digging the Canon. I think it looks okay. It is capable of 4K. This is not 4K. This is 1080 HD, which I think is good enough for these videos. I'm looking at myself there. I'm digging it. So that is new. Also, in some of the downtime, I kind of made some other changes to the way this channel is presented. If you notice, the thumbnail for this week's video looked a little bit different than previous thumbnails. I kind of toned it down. It's using big letters and yellow and white and really in your face. I'm kind of stepping back. I'm gonna make it a little bit less in your face. I'll see how it goes. So that's new. The graphics you see in the video, like I put this one up again here, my name, that's changed and have more consistent fonts down there, that sort of stuff. I've also changed the banners on YouTube and the banners on Twitter, Facebook, and hopefully Instagram by the time this video goes live. Just refreshing things. It's good to keep things fresh. So I hope you dig those changes. I'm sure not all of you will. I'm not convinced I love all those graphic changes yet, but I'm digging it. It's sort of it's like putting a fresh layer of paint on something and just kind of liven things up. Anyway, so those are some of the changes. Now let's get into the mail.
Channel 33 RPM.
As I mentioned, this first one, this box was sent to me by the fine folks at Aukey. I believe that's how you pronounce it. This is a touch control LED lamp. And you're probably thinking, Frank, what the heck are you doing showing a lamp on a music channel? Well, I want some more ambient, depending on where in the world you're from, ambient light for the music room. I like to chill down here on a Friday night, and I don't want some bright lights. So this is really cool because it has, it's got white light and it's got some colored light, and it's, I think it'd be good enhancement for the music room. So I've actually pre-opened this. I'll show you the lamp. It's kind of cool. It's a cylinder. This is the light part on top, obviously, and you plug it in here. And this is sort of the touch sensor. Once you plug it in, you touch it, the light goes on, touch it again, it goes brighter, and you hold it and it switches color. Hopefully you can make this out on the right side. On top of that IKEA shelving, you see where I put the light. I'm trying it out here anyway. I'll put a quick screenshot on here so you can see what it looks like. I'm going to play around with it. I might put it on the speaker for now as I find the ideal location for this cool light. LED light from Aukey. Alright, I got another piece of mail. This one comes from Rockio, my pal Rockio, who lives in the New York area. If you recall, I showed a spoken word album he put out a while ago in a recent video. Absolutely dig it. I'm not the biggest fan of spoken word, or I didn't think I was, but Rocky does such a good job with it. It's sort of New York street poetry with the sound of the bustling city behind it. And I said this in the last video, he has just such a musicality to his voice. It's just fantastic. I will leave a link to that again below this video if you haven't checked it out. Anyway, he sent something over here. It is not, obviously, it is not vinyl. I'm excited to check this out. So what do we have here? The notes are my favorite part of the VCLT. Hey Frank, just a little something for your morning, afternoon, and evening coffee. I'm glad you dug Futility's last request. I certainly did. That's the album I was just mentioning. Best to Sherry and the kids, and to you always, peace. Keep rocking, your friend Rockio. Rockio, thank you so much. It says New York street poetry, Rockio, Futility's last request. Coffee stained at rocketmail.com. Ah, yes. Coffee Stained Records. That is Rockio's record label. I absolutely love it. Rockio, you've been far too generous in your support of this channel and saying that other record over. And I wish you nothing but the best of luck with that release. And again, dear 33ers, if you haven't checked it out, please do. I will leave a link below this video. Rockio is a stand-up guy. Cheers. What else can I show you? This is cool. My pal Gilly Beck and his family paid us a visit earlier this summer. I put a photo up here. If you're not familiar with Gil, he lives in the province next door to me in Saskatchewan in a city called Regina, and he has a YouTube channel as well where he sort of vlogs and does bits and pieces of his life. He's a big-time record collector, music collector as well, and shows his music collection. So he was passing through town, and they dropped by, and we exchanged some records. He showed the one I gave him in a recent video, but unfortunately I never had a chance to show what he got me until today because I have not done a video since then. Summer break. Anyway, thank you very much, Gil. He gave me this, Marshall Crenshaw. Actually, it was still sealed when he got it for me. I wasn't overly familiar with Marshall Crenshaw. I know the folks at Run Out Groove Records sent me a Marshall Crenshaw record a while ago. I'm actually really digging this. This is one of his bigger albums. It had a hit on it that some of you are probably familiar with, called Someday, Some Way. He was a big Buddy Holly guy. I didn't know this, but he actually played Buddy Holly in the movie La Bamba. So his music has a bit of a Buddy Holly feel. It's also very similar to Chris Isaak, if you remember Chris Isaak. I'm assuming both of them had similar influences, which is why they sort of neatly fit into a similar sort of genre. So this is very cool. Dig the album artwork as well. Very early 80s. Gil also knows I'm experimenting with and getting into jazz. So he found this one for me by the Vince Guaraldi Trio, Cast Your Fate to the Wind. Jazz impressions of Black Orpheus. I'm not sure if I'm saying that right. And I was thinking, why do I know the Vince Guaraldi? Probably butchering that. Hey, cut me some slack. I haven't done a video in like a month or two. Anyway, they did that Peanuts album, the Snoopy one, Charlie Brown. So that's how I know him. So that was very cool. And finally, Canadian, what would you call these guys? Thrash, hardcore, thrash, metal. Band Sacrifice. Which was very awesome. This is Torment in Fire on the Fringe label. So I love all these Gil. I've been digesting them over the summer. I haven't been listening to a ton of vinyl in the summer because I've been spending a lot more time outdoors. But I've definitely given these several spins, and I much appreciate it. I'm looking forward to seeing Gil and his family again. They're popping by in a couple of weeks. So maybe, just maybe, I will convince him to make a special appearance on Channel 33 RPM. All right, guys, a little bit of this, a little bit of that. That's my first update since June or July, so I hope you dug it. Let me know what you thought in the comments below. Do you like these changes? I would love to hear your feedback. Otherwise, dear 33ers, have a fantastic couple days here. I'll be back on Sunday with another video. Until then, keep on spinning.